So I don't think I've cried as much to any Hallmark movie ever than as much as I cried at this one. Good enough. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the little bell to receive notifications.
We try to upload at least once a week, so please keep coming back.
Yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the content we're really enjoying, and doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. We are now in
Spring into Love?
Spring into Love.
I don't
yes.
think this one is part of Spring into Love, is it?
No, I think that officially starts on Friday, but it kind of feels like it was the start of it, to be
I do have to
honest.
say, we're kind of going off of Canada's W network schedule.
Yeah, so we don't
it's a
actually know
little
if it's different. It is a bit different, right?
Yeah, we get like a mix of the mysteries and the regular Hallmark
We do.
channel in one.
And some things may have premiered in the States prior to premiering here in Canada.
Definitely.
So
That
we're going
happens a
by the
lot.
Canadian schedule,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
obviously we don't have a choice. Okay, so what are we reviewing today? We are reviewing
Presence of Love.
Or
The Presence of
Love, which was the original title. So
I mean,
this-
I feel like that wasn't much different.
Yeah. This is actually part of Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, which we haven't had much luck with, but oh boy.
It's odd. I'm not sure why they put it on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. It
Didn't seem to quite fit that. It fit the other more romantic, comedy, whatever kind of movies, quirky. But although it was different from those as well.
definitely
Very
was.
different.
People have been kind of complaining on the Facebook channels about there being a lack of mysteries lately, so maybe
Yeah.
it's kind
Well,
of just how
this
things are
certainly
going.
will redeem that type of programming. In an effort to get away from the stress of applying for a tenure and any distraction so she can write her paper, romantic literature professor Josh, played by Eloise Mumford, travels to England to visit the farm where her late mother grew up and unexpectedly bonds with single father Daniel, played by Julian Morris, whose family now runs the farm.
Oh.
We're not going to get into too many spoilers here. We're going to try and keep our synopses more succinct.
Yeah, especially for a movie like this.
So what do we think? We loved this.
I definitely loved it. Without going into detail, it's really hard to kind of say why I loved it. At times, I wasn't really sure why. I don't know why it made me cry 3 times.
Yes, we definitely shed plenty tears during this. I just thought, like, what a refreshing change for a Hallmark movie. So, here's a story of real emotion, life issues, professional challenges, personal struggles with fear, anxiety, loss. Eloise is a very sensitive, young, professional woman with literally crippling anxiety. There is a scene right off the bat where she's sitting at her desk in the middle of a panic attack, and she opens her little pill-like case. That was the first time I've seen that in a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, but you know what? That is real life, and that I commend
takes
Hallmark
medication.
for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, because a panic attack is pretty crippling.
Yeah,
And,
it is real life.
I've seen Hallmark kind of dip into the PTSD sort of attacks or episodes in a few of the movies, but
I've never seen someone reach for medication for it. That was a welcome change.
Yeah,
that
pretty
was very,
progressive.
good on Hallmark for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So throughout the movie, she's opening herself up for the first time, it seems, since her mom has passed away, to a whole bunch of risks and unknowns to help her resolve her sadness. Even going on this trip to England, to the farm that her family used to own, is kind of a risk, especially for someone who suffers from an anxiety disorder.
For sure.
But overall, this was such a beautiful, unexpected love story.
It was, and I felt the first part of the love story was really with Joss and Tegan, because she immediately sort of took on this loving friend or mom role.
Yeah,
which was a very big driving force in the romance.
I thought it was nice that, both Daniel and Joss have to traverse some real life issues, both of them, from mental health, familial roadblocks, in order to grow and take a leap into the unknown and see where life takes them. This is our current world, and it was great to see Hallmark embrace it. Nothing was sugar-coated here at all.
Yeah.
Very refreshing.
Yeah, it was, you know what? Maybe that's why we were leaking at the tear ducts.
Yeah, probably. It was just so unexpected. So Daniel, let's talk about Daniel is also dealing with loss and grief. His father has passed away. His mother is refusing to expand the farm to new business opportunities. And
she's
his
still
daughter,
dealing with her own grief. There's
for sure.
a lot of
husband's
like real emotions and relationships going on in this movie.
Yeah. And his daughter is suffering from dyslexia. So add that to the pile.
Yeah, I found that kind of interesting how Joss sort of just picked it out.
Well, she's a professor. She's an English, like a romantic literature English professor. So I think maybe she can pick it out. But also, remember, she mentions that her mother had dyslexia as well.
Yeah, so I guess
she's
it was
used
easy to
that,
point
right?
out. Yeah.
One thing I do want to mention is the scenery here. It was absolutely stunning. It was
of
green,
course.
lush.
I mean, you expect that from that part of the
sprawling
world.
landscapes. It really transported you. It was gorgeous. As I mentioned right off the bat, like I've never cried this much watching a Hallmark movie. I was bawling my eyes out. There were certain moments, and I guess we'll get into a few spoilers here, but I don't want to mention
a little
too
bit.
much.
But we were also, I think we were crying at different points too, which was like interesting.
I felt it. I felt there was a moment. There were a few moments, but one in particular that I loved is when Tegan, Daniel's daughter, is reading the poem at that school event.
Yeah, that got me
Joss
for
is
sure.
in the audience and just
That was a
that's
duet.
her favorite poem.
That was a duet. Can't say enough good things about it.
Enough good things about it. So let's get into some performances. So both leads here were excellent. But the standout for me, I'm gonna say, was Eloise.
Yeah, I
So,
unfortunately have
Eloise
to agree
Mumford.
with you. I pretty much always agree with you. But
She's great though. She played someone with an anxiety disorder with such vulnerability and authenticity. She's someone who's still grieving a loss, yet is willing to help another person, Tegan, in need. She has a good heart. She's a good person.
She was very good. I've liked her in pretty much everything I've seen her in, but this was definitely a step up for her acting chops.
Yeah.
And kind of has that built-in PTSD face. So,
God.
where like that she looks kind of worried, but like
Yeah, she does,
But
yeah.
she can really turn it around with a smile.
Yeah.
So it's like it's such a dynamic change in her facial acting.
Yeah. So Julian Morris, who plays Daniel, was a good rock for her to lean on throughout, especially later in the movie. He was also apprehensive about opening up, especially when it comes to his daughter and her needs and what's best for her.
I mean, yeah, that's actually was kind of standard Hallmark.
For sure. And I just loved the way he kind of looked at her. As the movie progressed, you can tell like he's falling more and more in love with her. And the way he kind of looks upon the relationship she starts forming with his daughter. Mm-hmm. And he's just in awe.
Well, that's why, and that's kind of the thing. It's like I think the things that were making me cry were like the bond. This was the bonding between them, and then it was
and the
there was a
mother
lot of
coming
different-
around, and the mother-son relationship. Like that was great too. So many like poignant, beautiful, vulnerable moments in this one.
You're gonna cry.
No, I will not cry during this review. But I was crying so much during the film. Let's talk about the writer-director.
Nicole Baxter.
So she has written The Vows We Keep, Swept Up by Christmas, Christmas at Graceland,
Always the
Too
Christmas
Close for
one.
Christmas. Yeah, we love to mention all those. The writing in this was great.
Yeah, it was a great script, and I would say it was definitely great directing as well because.
Yeah, so McLean Nelson is the director here. Other Hallmark films he's directed are Christmas in Vienna, which I love. I love Christmas in Vienna. Small Town Christmas, love that. Christmas on My Mind.
He's a Christmas guy.
Christmas, Hallmark Christmas. So yeah,
So
great
did this
directing,
hit or
great
miss
choices.
the Hallmark for you?
Oh my gosh,
did this
I
hit or
mean,
miss
guys, it hit so hard.
It hit all over Hallmark.
This is a true gem of a film. It's definitely worth your time.
I definitely agree, and I'm finding this one the hardest to review because I didn't want to like remember the things about it because it
I know,
definitely.
and I kind of don't want to spoil it
Exactly.
as much as we
I might edit
spoil
some
it.
out. But
Yeah, like we tend to, we always give like a heads up about spoilers, and we didn't want to spoil this one too much because it's really, like, it was completely unexpected for me. I didn't read any synopses about it or go online about it. I just kind of went in thinking, okay, this is going to be your standard Hallmark fare. I thought it was going to be romantic and cute and cozy and fun. I did not expect such an emotional depth to this. And so I was so
definitely
pleasantly surprised. It was so good.
no, neither did I.
Definitely
and,
sad.
And it's definitely a hit for me as well.
Definitely sad, but but worth the tears, right?
Oh, for sure.
If you get to the other side of it, it's just beautiful. This is a beautiful.
If you get to the other side of it.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to the composer. Her name was Anne Catherine Dern. It definitely was
cool.
It definitely was a good score. Like
It definitely lent itself to the emotion.
Yeah, like I didn't actually really notice when we were watching, which is a good thing. And then I kind of went back and listened.
So good, guys, so good.
So let's get to our Hallmark report card.
Yeah, the little checklist that we like to do for every review. Promotion or deadline? I'm gonna say yes, even though it may not be specific to a promotion. Like she's applying for tenure as a professor at a university.
Yeah.
And she does have a deadline to finish the paper, which is part of the application.
Yeah, I would say yes.
I would say yes.
Career-driven lead. I mean,
A professor, yes.
I mean, she goes there to do that, really.
Yes,
So
yeah.
I would say for sure.
A big misunderstanding. I would say no.
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 I mean, it's pretty clear here. A change of heart.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say with the mom, I guess.
The mom.
She's the biggest one.
And also Eloise, towards the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if we don't want to say anything, but like.
I did find it weird how she was kind of like, yeah, later. I was like, no.
But then she was like, okay.
I know.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, you said something.
Take the biggest risk ever, leaving everything behind and trying something new, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Someone gets dumped, fired, or dies. Not on screen. There's a lot of loss and death in this movie, but not on screen.
No one ever dies on screen.
Well, I know.
Movie. Second romance subplot. No. I don't think so.
No. Proposal or wedding? I don't think so.
No. Travel issues?
No. What do you think?
No. I don't think so either.
Everything was smooth sailing. She got there okay,
floated
right?
by, I
She
guess.
got to England.
Oh, yeah.
Cornwall specifically.
Cornwall.
Selling house, business, or farm, yes. So Daniel is trying to expand the farm to incorporate other business opportunities, and then his mom is very reluctant to do so. But yes, there's that.
Wait, he wanted to put windmills on the property.
I know, but still, like she was like,
The
no,
woolly birds.
it's about the sheep. It's all about the sheep.
Big city to small town transition.
I don't remember where she started. Oh, she was in Boston, so yes, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
To Cornwall.
Yeah.
Boston to Cornwall. The almost kiss. No, none of that here.
No.
Don't even need
Sometimes
it.
that gets voided when there's a kid involved. Mad dash to the airport or go get her.
Yes.
Yes, there's a train station. That was a good one.
So romantic, so lovely.
I really liked that scene.
Yeah.
And actually, on that note, the only really bad reviews I saw of this movie were people commenting about the small suitcase she took.
I know, and she had about
to
4
England.
different coats.
But you know what? I'm going to rebut that because really, like when you go to a new country or something, or a trip like that, especially when you're by yourself, she probably went with a half-empty suitcase to begin with, and then just bought a bunch of stuff.
I mean, yeah,
Like, that's
they
how you
obviously
do.
didn't
Like-
go into it, but yeah, like I didn't even notice that, to be honest. but-
There was so many people commenting about it, and I
Yeah,
was like, come on,
strange.
like, you know.
I
I've
mean,
been
you have such a
traveling a lot, and
beautiful
I
movie.
would go, I would leave rooms so you could buy things.
Yeah, no, that's true. People do that. But I mean, the movie had so much going for it. It was so beautifully done and so beautifully acted, and I just couldn't
Yeah.
even focus on her coats. I
No,
mean,
no,
the red
I
one
didn't
was
even notice.
noticeable.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah.
Anyways, highly recommend.
Loved it. So worth your time. Please check it out and let us know what you thought. Did it miss the Hallmark for you? Did it hit the Hallmark for you? Would you rewatch this? Would you recommend it to friends?
Did it make you cry?
Did it make you cry? Because oh boy, it made us cry. Yeah, but we loved it. Thanks again, everybody. Thank you for all of your support. More videos coming, so stay tuned.
See you soon.
Thanks, guys.